Welcome back to CrimeDoor TV. I'm Sydney Schofield. It's time now to take a trip back in crime history. It was a sunny day in Los Angeles on December 7, 1987. 38 passengers and 5 crew members took off on a routine scheduled flight from LAX to San Francisco. About halfway through Pacific Southwest Flight 1771, a mayday call came from the plane. The flight's first officer told air traffic controllers gunshots had been fired. Seconds later, controllers saw the plane was rapidly descending before completely disappearing from their radar. There were no survivors. The next day, a team of searchers started locating and identifying the wreckage and remains. The plane's cockpit voice recorder was found and reviewed, giving investigators a clearer understanding of what happened. Gunshots were heard on the recording, followed by pounding on the cockpit door. The FBI said they believe the pounding was from an unauthorized entry into the cockpit. The rest of the recording was described as commotion before hearing a high-pitched whine believed to be air rushing into the cockpit through a bullet hole. After digging through the crash site for 2 days, investigators found a gun. Fingerprints were lifted from the trigger and led police to 35-year-old David Burke, a U.S. air agent who had been fired weeks before the crash, accused of stealing $69 from work. The man who fired Burke was Ray Thompson, who was also on Flight 1771. A note was found in the wreckage that investigators believe Burke wrote. It said, quote, "Hi Ray, I think it's sort of ironical that we end up like this. I asked for some leniency for my family, remember? Well, I got none, and you'll get none." Burke also called his girlfriend before the flight to tell her he loved her and that he wished he, quote, "could say more." Investigators also discovered Burke traveled to San Francisco in November to borrow a handgun and ammunition from a friend and fellow U.S. air worker, a gun that matched the one found at the scene. The questions of who and why were answered, but investigators also needed to find out how Burke got the gun on the plane. An FBI affidavit revealed that because he was a familiar airline employee, Burke was able to bypass airport security. That decision had a lasting impact on airports, now requiring all employees to go through the same security screenings as passengers.